sorry.
And what you saying to yourself?
Actually, what I thought was right, I kept second guessing myself on how to count it, but I actually got it right.
Okay. And honestly, that is quite normal.
Sorry.
And what you saying to yourself? That's quite normal when we talk about evaluation and management coding. Because I believe that there's so many areas of uncertainty, because you are literally, I don't know if you figured this out, but you're literally like counting these different elements for the, the history, the exam, and medical decision making. And that's, again, the number one reason why for 2021, we don't have this model for office visits, but we do have it for, everything else that requires components. So it's something that you have to continue to do. And when you get to Practicode, you're going to get more into these, and it takes time to get better at it. So don't beat yourself up if you are, if you're struggling with it. Okay.
Dr. Campbell?
Uh-huh.
The grids that you've been using here, are those the same ones that you put in the chat, or is that one just the, what one was that?
You said that was the AMA one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that AMA one that I gave you last week, that is only for office visits. And then this one is for everything else that requires the components.
So the ones that you have here on the screen, is that what's in the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Like, because you're changing them for each section. I didn't know if all of them were in there. Okay.
Yeah, so this is a 2-page document from the AAPC. And yeah. Okay, let's do the next one. So our next patient we have, and again, I want to label these as A, B, and C again. Repetition is key with evaluation and management coding. Okay, so in this next scenario, we have a patient that has an established problem that is getting worse. So that's going to give us our 2 points, and bring it down here. And just because I have OCD, I'm going to label these as A, B, and C again. And so that's 2 points. And remember, 2 includes this lower level here. And then the patient had an ultrasound that was reviewed. So that is from the radiology section. So that's 1 point. And again, I'm going to bring it down here. And then lastly, we go to the table of risk. And basically what they're going to do is a simple mastectomy, which puts us over here, which makes the overall risk moderate. And so I'm going to bring that down here. And remember, moderate includes low, and it also includes minimal. And so what's our overall medical decision making? So which column do you have 2 or more red circles? And that would be low. So number 3 on page 626 is low. Okay, let's do number 4. I'm going to erase all my circles again. I'm not going to write A, B, and C next time. So our next patient is a subsequent hospital visit. And I just want to reiterate, this table that we're using here, and let me just bring the front of the table back into view. this table that we're using here is only if we're doing something outside of office visits. Office visits effective January 2021, we capture those based on either the medical decision-making or time, and that's the grid that you got last week. And so this week is when we're talking about hospital visits, emergency department visits, nursing home visits, any of those that require the key components. So patient number 4, subsequent hospital visit. And this patient has severe exacerbation of the CHF, poorly controlled hypertension, and worsening acute renal failure due to cardiorenal syndrome. So we have 3 established problems that are worst. And so if you take this 2 right here and multiply it by 3, that gives you a total of 6. And remember, you can't go higher than 4 points. So that would be high here. And remember, the higher level includes the lower level. I think when you're brand new at this, it's helpful to put the circles across in the lower boxes so you can figure out which one you have 2 out of 3. Labs. They only reviewed the labs. So that's 1 point. So we'll bring that down here. And then lastly, we have 1 or more chronic illnesses that is posing a threat to life. And so that puts us here. So overall medical decision-making is high. We bring that down here. And we know by now that the medical decision-making is going to be high. Everybody still with me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So then we're going to do our last one. And this patient is in for a hospital visit. And they had gallstones and they had reflux. So we have 2 problems that are getting worse. So that is the total of 4 points. And I'm gonna not put as many marks on this one because you guys are all experts now. So 4 points. And then we have no data that was reviewed. And then they recommended the surgery. And it is a elective major surgery. So that's right here. So that makes the risk moderate because we don't have anything higher in here, here, or here. So here, and then again, the highest would be moderate. So then for question 5, that would be number C. Okay, so is it a little clearer now that we've gone through these cases at this detailed level?
This has really been helpful.
Yeah, this has been very helpful.
With a form to kind of look at as you go through, it's much more clear to me.
Okay.
Versus when you're just reading it, trying to figure out the structure of, just kind of not losing the plot in the middle of the review.
The plot thickens. Well, and you can and you can clearly see that there is a significant difference with regards to how we do the office visits and how we're doing all of the other stuff. And most of us are like, we can't wait until we have that model for the rest of them. All right, so now we are going to go over to exercise 19B4.